I am live. Hello, Tom Levecki here with a quick and brief live episode. Oh, I gotta make sure I click that. Sorry about that. Live and direct, a quick live episode. Just want to update on some events, see what's going on, and talk about my earlier interview, which is a pre-record, which is on my channel before this video. My interview with Giovanni Rocco, who was an undercover. Mark, how are you, sir? Serafino, I know I'm dying to hear your feedback from this. Serafino, it's close to home. Hello, sir. How are you? Hey, Ali, I'm going to have you come on if you want. Give me a minute. Love to hear you. I'd love to see you. Just give me a sec. So just a few housekeeping stuff, everybody. Number one, tonight, let's come together for our man, Jeff Nadeau. He's fighting in the Barstool Sports Rough and Rowdy. I just purchased it myself. The guys are coming over at 8 o'clock tonight. Rough and Rowdy 16. It's about respect. And you know I'm rooting for Jeff because he's fighting Jersey Jerry, who's a Jersey guy. But I got to go with Jeff Nadeau. Jeff Nadeau was a little hard on me on another show not long ago, but I actually talked to him the day after. He extended an apology. I more than accepted. It's life in the big city. I get along great with Jeff, and you have the team's wholehearted support. Just want to point out some other things, too. We did a show on Tony Muscatello, the link between him, Chris Paciello, and so forth. And then earlier today, literally just did one of the best interviews I think I've had the pleasure of doing. Giovanni's Ring with Giovanni Rocco. He pretty much took down a big chunk of the Cavalcante crime family here in New Jersey, specifically Elizabeth, New Jersey. Some of the people in the book either were related to me or I knew growing up, and was a little near and dear to me. And to be honest with you, it didn't disappoint. The book, and Giovanni did a great job with Jersey Jerry does look tough. He does look tough. I'm just going to drop a link if anybody wants to pop in. Just kind of doing a little freestyle tonight. Going to be on for a little bit before my food comes. So with that being said, we talked about how he infiltrated Charlie Stango, who is a captain with the Cavalcantes. He was out in Vegas, spent very little time in Jersey. He got so ingratiated with Charlie Stango to the point that he actually went out there and visited him multiple times, which resulted in a hit being ordered, not on one, but two people. We got Mike BK in the waiting room. Give me a second. Ooh, sorry. Can you guys hear me okay? Trying to make sure. Can you guys hear me okay? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me okay. What books do I enjoy? I like reading books about business, strategy, and then, of course, mob books. My favorite mob book of all time, Men of Honor, Tommaso Buscetta. I also probably read about 30 to 40 different mob books. So I'm going to have Mike BK pop on for a second. I don't know who this is. Hey, Mike, how are you, sir?
I just want to say Fat Bald Sicilian is a scam artist.
No. Come on, man. We're not going to say bad things, man. You're welcome to come on. And, I know he doesn't like me too much. But just you're welcome to share something. But if you could just not roast any other content creators today, sir.
I share he resembles Oswald Cobblepot, the penguin.
Just from
he just looks like a version of the penguin. Let's put it that way.
Oh, from Batman.
Yeah.
Batman.
Barnacle, all right. A little cigarette holder and everything. Look at him. Give him a top hat.
All right, brother. Listen, no disrespect. I got a few people in the waiting room. I always enjoy the banter and enjoy your weekend, Mike.
I respect you, bro. Take care.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Mr. Lou is coming through, or he's trying to come through. Hey, Teresa. Hey, Father Time. Father Time, if you could just keep a good eye out on the chat. I know we're in good hands. Big Lou's waiting to connect. It's kind of taking a little time. I'm not sure what's going on. But yeah, so Giovanni's ring. He took down Charlie Stango. I don't want to give too much of the book away. 9 other guys. It was just an amazing book. And it's very recent. You know, I like more recent stuff. It was up until 2015, 2016-ish time frame. And just Giovanni is a rock star. Talked about going undercover, the stress it has on your family. Okay, I'll knock you out. And the stress it has on your family. There's just a lot of stuff that goes behind the scenes, you know? Hey, Ali Chabar is popping in. Let's see what's cooking with him. Mr. Chabar, welcome to the Armchair NBA. How you doing today, my friend?
Brother. Listen, it's my first time on one of these, so is my camera fine, my phone and stuff?
Your camera's fine, and your sound is fine. I appreciate we chatted before in the past.
Attaboy.
I'm hearing your name everywhere. I think you're a YouTube sensation. How you doing today, my friend?
You know what? It's been an okay day. It's been okay so far, man. No complaints. How are you, buddy?
I'm well. So I don't know if hey John Messer, obviously you're newer to the Armchair. Why don't you give your background, a little bit about you, so people know who you are, so they can get caught up.
Okay, well, of course, my name is Ali Shabar. I'm from Canada, London, Ontario. It's a city near Toronto. You probably guys know the big city, Toronto, right?
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
And married, 19 years.
God bless.
Two daughters, 10 and 8.
God bless. I have a 12 and 9-year-old and a 1-year-old. God bless.
Yes, and you know what? Those girls are my life.
God bless.
But I reached out to you today, Tom. Thank you for having me on about a situation I'm having with another.
Oh, you broke up a little bit. Hold on. It is, what's that? The word when it does a little star and it goes around. Oh, he's coming back. Okay, Ali, try to get you on again. Let's try this out. Hold on. Just trying to keeps buffering. That's a word. Buffering. I swear I knew that word. Buffering. Just kidding. All right, we'll have him come back. Anybody else want to pop in as well? I'll send the link again. Okay. So yeah, it was a really great interview. It was a really personal interview. In the end, he talks about Carlo Cosentino. He's a legend-made guy with the Cavalcantis, and he's who buried my father. He's a funeral director in a funeral home. His father was known for the double-decker coffins. And that's kind of how it was in Elizabeth. You know, I can't really speak as much to Brooklyn. I think in Brooklyn, other areas, if someone was a mafiosi, they were mafiosi, right? Whereas like in Elizabeth, they were the funeral director, they were the baker, they were the plumber, you know, not just saying plumber. So that's why the interview was so good. I really liked it. Hey, Big Lou, give me a second. I hit Ali first, and then I'll get to you, Big Lou. Ali, you in a better spot?
Yeah, you know, I got to hold my phone. Every time I go over a bump, my phone drops.
Yikes. Okay, so let's go through. So I just heard a little bit of a buzz. Obviously, I'm not going to mention any names, but you're welcome to kind of share your thoughts and what happened.
So I reached out to Tom today. Thank you for having me on.
My pleasure.
Okay, so I've been with FBS now for a few months and whatever, and I've always liked him, and I still do like him, and his wife. I love his wife. But yesterday was a weird, strange day. So
how so?
Sorry.
How so? How is it weird?
Okay, so he texted me in the afternoon. He goes, Ali, there's some guy online, because we always have these super chat wars and whatever. They're fun. And he goes,
it's the powers that be that when you get the critical parts of good conversations, they seem to go offline. Let's give it a second. It is buffering again, Ali. I don't know if you can hear me. Just give me a second. Somebody from San Fran. I think that might be Uber Eats. Okay, sending it again just in case he's on the road. Okay. Let me just see. Okay, hold on. Hold on 1 second. Somebody else is trying to get in. Okay, I was trying again.
What's going on? It just keeps on disconnecting.
Okay.
Okay, so let me start.
Yeah,
So,
go ahead.
what was that? Sorry. Go on. Go ahead. Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay.
All right, we'll do this. Let's do this. Let's try it again. And if some reason, if it knocks you off,
I'll go to a
take your
different place.
time and go to a safe place, and then we'll reconnect. Go ahead, sir.
You're a good man. Okay, so he texts me. I get online. I see this guy I've never, ever seen chat before. Ever. He's calling me out. Strange, but I've never seen this guy before. So, I had a bad feeling. So I start asking the guy questions. He doesn't answer them back. So my gut's telling me just to, you know what? Do it. Maybe send money, have some fun. So, but anyways, I started looking at all the chat and see who's missing.
Yeah.
So there was somebody that's always there, but not there yesterday. So it was kind of strange.
Okay.
So I was willing to go with them on this super chat thing. Listen, I like Chris. I don't mind donating, having fun. But I know this guy wasn't going to come on. I had a feeling. So I started baiting him, saying, listen, if you go on, I'll put $1,500, give it to Chris. All I want to do is hear your voice.
Okay.
He said, no. I said, 5,000. And I would have gave the 5,000. It would have hurt. They wouldn't have come on.
Wow.
Then he does what most people do when they don't want to talk to somebody. They use that excuse. My battery's dead.
Yeah.
Whatever I'm saying, he doesn't go check.
Deflection, usually they'll deflect in some way, external, internal, some deflection mechanism. I got you.
You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. I didn't feel comfortable at all. And I was kind of hurt, to be honest with you, because nothing made sense. And so this guy wasn't going to come on. His voice he wasn't going to come on for anything. I could have gave him 50,000. He wasn't going to come on. All this was to have me on and to start this crazy super chat. So it hurt, to be honest, because I like that.
Well, let me ask you a question, because I don't, Chris, and I'm not, listen, you will never hear me bash him or anybody on here. I know him and his content creator partner have done some hit pieces on me. That's their opinion. I disagree with a lot of stuff they say because it's untrue. But I will not say anything negative. But in this particular case, what happened, you think? Like, what are you're obviously upset about and you're hurt, but what upset you, or what exactly, and what do you think was cooking?
I personally think it was just a setup for me and this guy to go back and forth, donating money. And I don't know if this guy's with him, if it's his friend, and it was just a setup for me. Because, you see, it just seemed weird yesterday. It was my gut feeling. Listen, I could be wrong. I'm not saying, I have 100% proof, but I'm pretty sure I'm correct. So yesterday, I decided to say this name. I go, where is this guy? Because he was not. The second I said this guy's name, he got on, and this other guy got off. This guy who's trying to beat me.
Oh.
It just didn't look good. Okay, so I said, you know what? I think to myself, okay, I could be wrong. This all could be just a big understanding. I said, you know what? If this guy's on here spending money, and he's going to be back on tonight on FBS's channel. He's going to be back on in the morning today. He disappeared, guys. This guy decided to give FBS $1,000. Gone. Now, since I said that he's gone, he's going to come back, of course, right? That's how it works.
Do you, they call that a dark horse. So, for example, if I'm trying to run up a bid or run up a auction or a price, they'll install somebody to kind of, again, they call it a dark horse, to increase an offering. Do you think that's what might have happened?
Exactly what it was. It's because before, you got to remember my past. So the way we do it is I start the super chat, I get everybody going, and there was a couple of people before, whatever they put, I put double or I match it.
Yeah.
So, sorry guys. So they planned it. I don't know what it is, but some guy comes and puts so much money. And remember, he's never left a post before that day. Now, Chris says he knows who it is. It's another name, like, whatever. Sure.
Yeah.
So, of course, whatever he was going to put, I was going to put. Okay? But I didn't feel comfortable because when you do things like this, super chats, and you do it, the night's fun, everyone's having a good time, smiling, laughing, just fun.
Yeah.
This was just out of the blue. They called me to come on. It was like, buddy, who are you baiting? Why are you baiting me? Like, this is not even fun. Like, who are you? If you've been on the chat before, why haven't you ever said hello to me? So you've been listening to me for the last month on Chris's channel, but today you decided to be John Gotti, to be a tough guy. To come up and say, Ali, I adore Chris 600, you do it. I didn't feel comfortable, guys. And remember, I'm not mad at Chris. I'm not mad at Shannon. I love them. They're good people. I know, you know what? I don't trust them. And you guys don't have to believe. Just go on the chat, read all our messages from yesterday, find out which guy wasn't on until I told him to come on, until I baited him. Say, hey, where is this guy? 4 minutes later, he was on the chat, and the other guy disappeared.
Well, this was a little different for you because, with all due respect to all parties involved, you've been a good benefactor, as I understand of the show. I don't know the exact dynamics, but as a good benefactor, this kind of hit personally. Like, you obviously, which I don't blame you, you were kind of personally hurt by this, correct?
It was personal because I did it. I don't want anything because I did it because Chris is giving me excitement. Maybe we're on the chat, we're listening to him. It's fun, whatever. I don't care about money. If I can help Chris and his wife, go ahead, no problem. Don't care about the money.
Yeah.
But when they threw me out there, when he threw me out there, it's like, what the? Like, guy, I've supported you. Like, you just throw me out there just like that? You get one of your buddies to come and beat me?
Like, would you feel like what would remedy this? Would it feel comfortable if he gave you some of your super chat money back? I know you don't care about the money, but
actually, you know what? I don't want it back. He doesn't want to give it to Donald. I don't want it back. It's just it's a game for him. And listen, we all do things.
Oh, it's blocking up. Buffering. That's what it's called. Buffering. What the fungool? I'm late. What happened? Don't curse on here, because I actually understand what that means. It's pulsing. All right, so I guess I understand what he is asserting. Obviously, this is alleged. That I guess they have kind of a super chat auction or sponsoring, which is, again, your content creator. However you get your money in, that's their business. And I guess he was a big part of the show. And then I guess allegedly he feels that there might have been some funny business. I have no proof of that. And again, if it's true or not true, I don't know. Ollie's been friendly with me. He's a newer viewer of the show. I know he's also contributed to Vinny's show publicly. So that's not hiding anything. So, if you're able to call back in, would love to have you finish your story. I think it's important to share if that's what you feel you need to do. We try to give all sides of things. And again, listen, if there's a whole show about FBS on me about later, wasting time. I don't have anything personally against FBS. I felt he was a little critical of me of some things that I know were untrue. If Chris ever watches, he's welcome to call me privately. We don't have to do it on air and hash things out. Same thing with his partner, because things that they're saying is false and they're spending whole shows on me. Let me get Ali back. Hey, sir, how are you?
Okay, so just so everyone listens, just so everyone knows, okay?
Please.
Whatever I'm saying, go and see the feeling I had. How it started on the chat, just go. See the person I called out and how long it took for him to come on after I called him out. Things don't happen like this. And before that, check to see the guy I called out, that he was always there, every chat but this chat. I'm not. Listen, I'm not. Some girl said that I'm trying to get out of money. It has nothing to do with money. It has
Yeah.
nothing to do with money. I personally think, I could be wrong. He used somebody to fake money because they'll give it back to each other. And the only reason I asked to have everything on Super Chat is if it is fake, if they donated 100, they'd lose some of it.
30. Yeah.
30%. So it's like they're just killing themselves. That's why I want you guys to check. When I said Super Chat, just go and see. He donated like $200 and the rest $4.99. But on the Cash App, he was the tough guy. He was 600. Go listen. So this guy all of a sudden, he's doing $4.99 to bait me. Of course, because they don't want to lose that much money. No problem. Listen, guys. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Go to the last 10 videos. I was always on giving him money. I've never questioned him. I've never, ever questioned somebody giving money. But when someone comes out of the blue, acting like John Gotti, Mr. Tough Guy, baiting me, I never left a post before that and still hasn't left a post today, guys. Remember that. If he came on today when FBS was bashing me, he could have made me look like a loser, make me look like a liar. Hey, guys, I'm right here. That guy's a jealous guy, whatever. He never even came on. Why? Their plan was pathetic. They screwed up. They didn't think I was going to do that. And whatever. Now, we've all been in a situation where we get mad at people. We doubt people. But if you are telling the truth and I'm wrong, it took you less than 24 hours to turn on me. Brother.
Well, that's a part I don't get. What happened was I was doing a interview with Giovanni Rocco. That's why I actually came on earlier to talk about. And I kept getting calls and texts and all that kind of stuff. I'm not sure why I fit into the equation, but I guess evidently people wanted to show off like a proud peacock. People were saying that he's done with you. He called you actually jealous. And that somebody also said, either him or somebody else, that you don't have the money, and all these like really kind of outlandish statements. And so I didn't got to get to this stuff. And then I go back to my family and do stuff that I needed to do. That's why I wanted to do a live to catch up on Giovanni's ring, which I'll get to. But what I find interesting is I understand he did a whole show about you, correct?
I never watched it because I didn't want to get mad. So I said to myself, I'm not going to watch it. I'll read a few comments, but I will not listen to his words. Because, listen, guys, you guys all have had situations. In 24 hours, he dropped me. All the money I gave him, it was like, if that was turned around, if that tables were turned, trust me, I would have went through everything I could to make sure that this guy understands that I had nothing to do with it. Yes, he didn't care. I think he texted me once and called me once. I didn't answer. Then he threatened me, saying, "I gave you a chance. Time to," well, something like that. I was like, bro, it was
Really?
that easy. Hey, guys, listen. He went on damage control. He knew what was happening. He got caught. Because if I was wrong, Chris should have said, Ali, listen, bro, I have no idea what's going on, bro. I'm sorry. I apologize. Let me get a hold of this guy. Just so you know, Ali, this is not me or anybody. None of that happened. You got to remember, I'm donating good money to him.
Yeah.
If someone was donating good money to you, wouldn't you take an extra day to make sure you convince this guy that you got it all wrong, Ali? No, within 24 hours, I was Tony. He had me into a Tony. What does that tell? What does that tell you guys? That tells you was he tried and he.
Oh, it's buffering again. Now I know what that word means because I see it firsthand. I guess I'll fill the air with, again, listen, I don't have a dog in this fight. Detroit Siggy. No, I did a great show this morning on Side Hustles. I did another great show with Giovanni Ring. The book author, I was coming on to talk about the after show. Ali wanted to pop on. He said in the comments, said, "Hey, let me in." I sent him a link. So, he just wants to air out. Ollie's a good dude. The Troy City, give him a chance. He's a good dude. And, I again, I did 2 other shows today. Both were great. One did like as much as 400 people in the live. Right now we have 250. I'm getting better at tripping the algorithm. So, in terms of what happened, I just got I guess to create a little bit of a buzz online. That's why I got a lot of messages, and I wanted to invite him in. Ollie's a good dude. George, give him a chance. Good dude. So I will be watching Jeff's fight tonight, and I will support Jeff. I like Jeff. He's a good man. All right, let's try this one last time.
Guys,
All
one
right,
sec, guys. Just keep talking. I'm just gonna get out of my car and go into my office. Okay, so just give me a minute.
Yeah, why don't you jump off, then jump back on, Ollie? No worries. Take your time. I'm here. Okay. Lou, Big Lou, if you want to come back on, or if anybody else wants to come in, I'll check out your Kensington. I know there was a little bit of a buzz about it. Sax. I will certainly check it out. You used the drama, to be honest, no algorithm involved. Well, actually, I did the best side hustles for 2022, 6-figure side hustles. It went really well. Not as well as this did not do as well, but that did really well. Business topics tend to do better because it's a wider audience. And then another one, Giovanni Rocco. Again, hopefully I'll get back to discussing that a little bit. And check it out. It was a really great interview, a really solid interview. Ollie just mentioned, hey, could I jump on? Was more than happy to have him on. I don't have, and it's funny, I never really had a direct issue with FBS. Evidently, I think he does with me. He's welcome to feel how he feels. I'm more of a talk to the person, who's involved. He's always welcome to call me anytime to resolve an issue. There are also some inconsistencies in what he said and his partner said. I would like to address them. I will not address it publicly. And it's kind of moving on. Okay. Ali, you ready?
Go ahead, buddy. I think I'm good now. I'm in my office.
Well, how about this? Rather than, let's talk a little bit. Give us a little bit about you, because but you're a business guy, you got kids. I want to learn a bit more about you.
Okay, so
I also want to understand the psychology behind the super chat as a donator. So why don't you go run through that a little bit?
Okay, so anyways, I own a produce company. If you guys want, I have a warehouse I can give you a tour of. We distribute produce to grocery store. When you guys go to your grocery stores and you go to the vegetable aisles, they get it from us. That's where they get it from.
Yeah.
And when you go to a restaurant and they have salad and whatever, they get it from us. So our trucks go, they deliver when we supply them.
Yeah.
And I do some commercial real estate. I also buy plazas and I don't know what you guys call them over there. Here they're plazas, just like, I don't know, strip mall. I don't know, like
strip malls.
Like a strip mall, something like that. I got a couple, and that's all I do. That's what I do. So,
got it. So so you obviously do well for yourself. Congratulations as a fellow entrepreneur. It's not easy. You employ a lot of people. So I'm guessing, just like we do, we all want to get some mind off of things, mind off of business, maybe family stuff, that kind of stuff. So you check out channels, watch YouTube, etc. So how did you come across, FBS? How did you come across some of these other shows?
This whole new YouTube thing is new to me. I don't know. I was on and it was recommended. Don't know how it happened. It was recommended. I got on.
That's the algorithm. The algorithm recommends, hey, you might like the show based off of something else you may.
And he had one of those guys from that movie, Bronx Tale.
Yeah.
And I liked it.
Yeah.
And actually, before that, it was you and that other guy, John Panisi.
Yes.
I used to love your show.
Oh, thank you.
But there were two different shows, right? This guy was drama, and yours more professional. You just listened. It was nice. You learned things with your show, right? So it was just you two. I didn't know Tony. I didn't know Vinny. I didn't know any of those guys.
Yeah.
And then you know what happens? You start liking the guy, and then you get into the drama, and that's what happened.
Got it. So is it? Are you historically pretty generous across a few shows, or you were particularly generous with that?
It was 90% FBS, and I would give a little to the other shows, but it was 90% FBS, and then of course everyone else a little bit, but not as much as FBS.
Got it. Somebody just shot me a text. I guess again, this is all alleged. I didn't see it. that allegedly he said you haven't been giving as much to him lately, or you've been falling off lately. I don't know. I'm just reading what was sent to me.
I invented it.
Pardon?
I made up the Super War.
Okay.
To help to give away, to get everybody to help Chris. Chris was just he was just lucky that I picked him. Not it was just him. That's the guy I was watching. It could have been anybody else. And I said, you know what, this is the way. And then, of course, Chris knew about it. We text on the side, right? So he knew I was doing it, right? You know, he loved it. He wasn't going to say no. But I guess he liked it too much. I wasn't doing it often. Of course, it's expensive, right? So he probably wanted to have it. He probably wanted it to happen every week, every day. But it wasn't, because it just comes naturally, right? You just fight over somebody and you're excited and it just happens. But they tried to bait me at 3:00 in the afternoon, whatever it was, and it just didn't make sense.
I have an idea. And I want to run this by you.
Go ahead.
I have an idea. I want to run this by you. Number one is you know a lot about business. I'm assuming you're pretty much either self-made or at least first generation self-made, correct?
Well, of course, it was my father that started it, and then we took it over. I took it over.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and you probably took it to the next level. What I'm saying is you run some businesses successfully.
I'll give you a tour now. You like it? I'll show it to you. It's crazy. The way you see in here, it's crazy. It's nice look. It's nice in here. So
what I'd like to do is let's get a quick tour. Love to see what you're about. What I like to do.
How do you switch the phone? How do you switch them? Like, how do you switch the other way? It says camera, like, so you guys can see, not me, but see.
Oh, on mobile, I don't know. But again, you know what? Save it.
Let me see if this works. Wait.
If you want, save the tour for next time. So I want to go over.
We'll save the tour next time.
But I have an idea. Here's what I like to do: is I like to invite you back. You and I are in touch. Oh, John Wolf. I haven't asked him for anything. He just wanted to come on, say his piece. Oh, he's trying to get back on. Okay. Much better. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So, with that being said, here's what I'd like to do. I'd like to invite you back on, right?
Yeah.
And we'll talk on the topic. And I think you and I together should do a show, or maybe a series, kind of like I did with John Panisi, a 9-part series. You and I should do a show on how people can elevate their game in business, how they can become entrepreneurs, how to get involved with commercial real estate. I think we should take this as a positive, and generate some great content, do some stuff together, get away from the drama, and do some stuff together that is just untouchable. Nobody could say to us, well, you're doing stuff on helping me make money in commercial real estate. Well, that's weird if you criticize that, right? We could do stuff like that. We can do stuff on investing. We could do stuff on becoming an entrepreneur. I did a great one on side hustles today. And I think you'd be a valuable contributor. So you're welcome to come on the Armchair MBA. We can do a show.
I've learned a lot from my dad, right? He's taught me everything, and everything I've learned, it worked. So I'd be interested. I'd be interested. I would. I like talking. I like this stuff. A lot of the people on here are nice people.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I look at it this way. I look at it like, I work hard, you work hard. I come on here. Listen, everybody has different monetization methods. They're welcome to do super chats. You're welcome to get sponsors, whatever people do, right? That's their business. But one thing I'm really trying to focus on is educate people on how to actually have a better life. And the best you can do that is give them tips and tricks and content that helps them with their business, with their career, with their personal lives. And I think we can do some damage on that. I think we could be good.
I'm all in, Tom. I'm all in.
Awesome, brother. So give us, so you're married, kids, you got some business,
Go ahead.
No, I'm saying that's why I'm assuming you don't have a lot of time. So what sucks about the whole thing is it seems like you work hard for your money. You want to give money to people that, deserve it. I'm not saying he doesn't deserve it. But
I'm huge donating. I love giving money. You know what it is? The feeling when you were young, when I was a kid, and someone gave me, $10, give me a lollipop, I'd feel so happy the rest of the day. So I like to give that feeling to people. You know,
Yeah.
if it's $50, $10, the feeling, it's a beautiful feeling. I don't know Chris, guys. I don't know him. I don't know his wife, but it made me happy to give him money, and that was it. But what hurt me was whatever, right? It was like shit. He didn't even care, right? But so
Yeah.
if I can help people doing on your channel, advice, money, stuff, I'm willing. Like I'm game with you. I'm with you all the way. As long
Yeah.
as we help people, like that's all I want, just to help.
If you don't mind, you know, I think I'm going to say, I think we're going to agree on this. We do make mistakes in life, right? We're not perfect. We're fallible people.
I think a lot of
In this situation, if this situation is, what would you do differently, or what did you learn from it?
oh shit.
Oh, you're breaking up, buddy. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah.
You're,
What I do?
you're breaking
Definitely
up.
no. Hello. Okay, hold on. I'll put my phone down. You got me?
Sorry.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
but yeah, no. What I'm saying is, and I'm not saying it was a mistake to give him money, but what I'm saying is, yeah, obviously, I know how it is to give somebody something and then them turn on you. So I kind of know how it feels, and it's a really shitty feeling. In retrospect, what's something you learned from this, or you know, moving forward, that maybe you won't make the same mistake again? What do you think?
I'll make sure that the next person I do it, like Vinny does it for the kids. So if I'm going to donate, it's going for the kids. You guys all do it for a reason. There was nothing for Chris. Chris was doing it for himself. He wasn't giving it back, or he wasn't doing it. I didn't ask him to. But the next time, it's going to be for that, for a cause, for something.
Yeah. Well, I always say, you
So-
know, when and you've been generous to some of these shows. I always talk about donation fatigue or donor fatigue. What happens is you give somebody some money, then you give some more, and then you give some more. Then after a while, you're like, okay, like you kind of like, should I give them again, or should I use this money elsewhere? Or they're better maybe resources I could put into other stuff, charities or other stuff. Were you getting donation fatigue or donor fatigue a little bit?
I wasn't, but I'll tell you what was happening, because he tried to get me into the super chat war all the time. That was starting to get to me. It's like, oh man, I need a break. Like, you can only do it so often, right? And so I wasn't really fatigued, but it was like, don't be calling me at 3:00 in the afternoon and tell me to come on and do a super chat. That irked me. So
yeah.
But other than that, you know what? I'm fine. There's no fatigue yet, but I'm fine. So
yeah. Well, usually what happens is it takes a while for fatigue to set in, but with donor fatigue, once it sets in, it's almost like irreversible. And that's why I think, for example, I actually will give it a lesson to anybody listening who's a content creator. You got to keep creating great content. It has to be relevant. It has to people wanted to do it. The show bashing doesn't really work. I'm not even bashing him. I don't think you're bashing him. But I think there's a learning opportunity.
I won't bash Chris or his wife. I won't bash him, but he knows what he did. And if anyone can just go see. They know what he did, right? He's going to deny it and whatever, but.
Well, I look at it like a teachable moment, right? What happened was, I'm just talking facts. He's been pretty harsh on me. I think up to 3 shows. I got some feedback the last few days that he kind of started on me again. As you saw, I have not mentioned him publicly at all. I know he came pretty hard for Highlight. I know he came for Tony, which I believe was justified. But yeah.
Can I interrupt you for a sec?
Yeah, please.
Okay. There's something else. I know a lot of you guys maybe don't like Tony. You know what? I don't know Tony.
Yeah.
I don't have a feeling for him. I don't know, but
yeah,
it's not fair, to bash somebody that lived on the street or doesn't have a home. I didn't like that about him. I thought that's harsh.
Yeah. Oh, as it was getting interesting. Well, the other creator that he mentioned also does not speak super highly of me, so I can't be super empathetic. But I did try to help him. So I don't know. These things are all foreign to me. I generally come from more of a there's an Italian expression. You heard it. One hand washes the other, but you also don't often hear the last part. You may need one hand to wash the other, but you need 2 hands to wash your face. So if one hand is dirty, then you got to wash your face. It doesn't work. So that's why I always believed in. I live by one of the principles that I live by, and has never done me wrong. Sun Tzu Art of War. Yeah, I it's funny. I wrote a comment, something, you know. So anyway, just it's not Art of War stuff. This is just straight. Like I think my opinion is I think he's visibly upset. It's obviously bothering him. You know, you guys. Hold on. I don't know. Somebody else trying to get in. I guess we're having technical difficulties tonight. I don't know if he's able to come back on, but I'm going to drop a link again. If anybody else wants to pop in, just kind of shoot the breeze before I get to my flautas and tacos. Yeah, listen, I mean, I'm going to say something that I think is important. I'm just going to give you some advice to other content creators, not individually, but as a group. Obviously, you have to hold on, armchair. No offense, but you kind of ruined that show with Ali. You should have let him talk more to the situation, trying to be. No, it's not that I'm trying to be amiable to the situation. I'm okay with him sharing his opinion. I just don't want to get into a slam fest. I don't like it when it's been done to me, and a lot of people have been dogpiling on me. But it doesn't mean I'm going to go back. I'm going to take the high road. Yeah, I will allow somebody to come on to give their opinion. Chatting with Stacks.
Bro,
How are you, kind sir?
I'm doing great, bro. How you been?
Thank you, sir. I'm doing well. Baby's good. Another one on the way. Got married.
That's great.
A lot of stuff going on.
Congratulations, bro.
Thank you, sir. You know,
That's really good.
how about you? You look well.
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing really good.
How's the show going?
It went good tonight.
Kensington Part 2?
Yeah, they were in Kensington. We're trying to make a difference, man.
God bless. What about your Lyle, what was his name? The guy Menendez. Did you release the full interview or just that part of it?
Yeah, just part of it. I ended up there was some contract issues, so I had to
Hey,
put it down for now. But
is it salvageable?
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I haven't talked to you in a while, so it seems like your show's going well. Are you staying out of the muck at least?
Yeah, I don't deal with any of that drama, man.
All right.
None of it.
Don't lie to me. I'll go back to the last 10 episodes. You're my guy. You and I, you know, you told me you've been through a lot of stuff. You work can be reformed. I believe that.
Yeah, I don't have time for it, man. I'm volunteering, man. I volunteer my time. I doing this toy drive for the kids.
So yeah, plug it a little bit, and if I can get involved, I will. So just give it a little plug for what you're doing.
Yeah, so I'm volunteering for Brian's Angels.
Yes,
I go there almost every day of the week. I'm starting.
Can we donate directly to Brian's Angels?
Yeah, you could donate to briansangels.org.
Let me check. Because I'd like to help out. I know when the old show, whenever we posted, somebody gave like $500.
Yeah, that was cool, man. And John's mom donated some clothes.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so
people can donate clothes. They can donate household goods. They have all kinds of different things. Like they have she helps abused women, an abused shelter for women. There's all kinds of things that's going on, you know.
If you don't mind, because I'm very like, I don't say the word weird. I'm very cautious when I get involved with charities, right? Like so for the last one we did, I accept no money directly. MK, BK, whatever. You're welcome to come back, buddy. I'm just want to chat with Stacks a little bit. Hang on the waiting room if you need to come back on. So what I'm getting at is I'm a little cautious, right? So I accept no money. I gave some great stuff last week. I have Vinny deal with the St. Jude stuff. So I can deal directly and I can pay directly to Brian's Angels, correct? As far as you know?
Yeah.
And what type of donations? Obviously money, what toys, clothes? Give me what.
Yeah, anything. Clothes, toys, anything. So the toy drive I got going, I'm doing that to the charity. I'm doing that myself.
To Brian's Angels.
No. The toy drive I got going, I'm doing it right to the shelter. But Brian's Angels is a whole separate organization. The
Got it.
the shelter that I'm donating the toys for is through my church.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's
So
two
can
different
they
organizations.
donate? Can they donate? If you want to send it to me, I'll put it in the community. Can people donate the toys directly at the church if they're more comfortable with that?
Yeah, they could do that too.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, listen. At the end of the day, I know, we had you on a few times. I did personal interviews in New Theory. I had you on an old show. I've always got along with you. You've always been very pleasant to me. You've always been professional with me. Some of the bad things that happened in the past, you admitted it, which I appreciate. And we talked about it's not where you begin, it's where you end. So at the very least, it looks like you're really looking to make some change, man. And I salute you for that, my friend.
Yeah, man. There's a lot of trolls in your chat, I noticed, and it's crazy. I don't know. I don't know where they come up with this shit. Anyone that hates on the shit that I do, man, they got something wrong with themselves. They need to look in the mirror because I'm on the up and up. I'm all about positivity, and I don't care. You can hate on me. I got love for everybody. Keep hating, and I'm gonna keep loving you back, man.
Well, I will say
Straight
that
up.
I've been pretty good on the philanthropic front this year, but I'll check out Brian's Angels. You have my word. Whenever I donate, I will let you know. I got another person in the waiting room. If you just want to say your final words, man, I'll catch you soon.
Yeah, man. Check out my show, Chatting with Stacks, and thanks for having me on, man.
Talk soon. Be well.
Thanks, bro.
Ciao. Hold on, Benny. 1 second. I'm going to get in a second, buddy. Give me 1 second. Mike BK. So I'm not as familiar with you. So Mike BK is obviously Brooklyn, correct?
Yes.
Awesome. And then, so were you with my show? Were you NBA Buttman guy, Armchair, New Theory? How did you come across my show?
I just started watching you recently, to be honest.
Oh, sweet. What do you? Go ahead. Sorry.
I started watching FBS. That's how I got into this whole bullshit. And I just started seeing his sneaky ways, his lies, his scamming. He insults people, his own subs, and then he backtracks. He said he don't give a shit about them, all this shit. And then he says, oh, I give a shit. I love my subs. I love my subs. The guy's a bullshit artist. I'm really
yeah, go ahead. Let's go, Mike.
Speak my piece about that fucking balloon. I'm not a YouTube guy, but you should all your resources, Vinny, everybody, Joe, get everybody together and take that guy down. Shut him down.
Well, let me ask you a question. So obviously you're pretty harsh on the dude, right? And you have a right, your opinion, you have a right to free speech and that kind of stuff. Did you give him a chance at the beginning and then like something happened, or did you just initially not like him?
I liked him in the beginning. Then I seen his ways, his sneaky ways, and I seen he's a rat too. He's a big rat. And then he sits with John Gotti's picture behind him as he's ratting people out. It's like it's disrespectful. And then he has Angel Gotti on the show as he's doing all this.
Yeah, I got it. No, I get it. A lot of times, Benny, come back on, buddy. A lot of times, you start out liking somebody and it goes sideways and you seem, pretty passionate about it. I get it. I'm not gonna, again, I'm not gonna knock him. I'm walking at people on, free speech. I'm not gonna even knock what you're saying, but
I'm gonna abuse Vinny, and Vinny's supposed to be his boy.
Well, that was a little rough. My challenge, I will say this. My challenge is Vinny's a good guy, right? And Vinny is really doing stuff for kids. I just see that, like, when you knock Vinny on what he's doing, when you go after a man's integrity and say they're not being truthful, or, hey, and I don't know if you know this, but like, I think part of the issue was, there was a big person who wanted to give to Vinny's thing, and they had some contingencies. Right. I'm not an expert, but it's actually common. If I give Mike BK money and it's for charity, I'll say, yes, there are contingencies. And that's actually common, A, B, C, D, and E. So I just think he was misinformed that that's common. And I think he was misinformed of what they were. And that's frankly was none of his business. So I just thought that was bad form, going after somebody's money and possible way to raise money for children. That was my only issue in that front, You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's no good. Tom, you know it. I know you know it because you're a smart guy. You don't want to say it on YouTube. I know you all talk behind the scenes. I could just tell. I could tell just by looking at your video. Everybody.
Well, Well, here's my take, right? So he's come pretty hard for me, and his partner came and my issue is this: if it's true, if that's free speech, right? But it's slander. And what do do I go back and forth? I'm just not interested in that. I'm interested in creating good content. I'm interested. I did a great business thing this morning. Check it out, Mike BK on Side Hustles. I did Giovanni Rocco earlier, Elizabeth Mob, my hometown. A lot of people I know that one of the guys sorry, my baby's see, even my baby's upset. One of the guys in there buried my father. So this is real, like, close to home to me. So me, I take my content, very, very serious. And people are welcome to, criticize me about said content. And I get it. And Mike BK, I hope I never get banned on your side because you're a rough dude.
Saying, you have content. FBS has no content unless he's making fun of somebody, abuse. You know what I'm saying? Like, even like Tony Pizza. I'm not a fan of Tony Pizza, but a lot of shit he said is facts. Like, it's facts. Come on.
Well,
the guy's he's rough edges, obviously, but he is a realist in a lot of shit that he says, and he's a lot of shit that people don't say, and I respect that about him.
Now, if you don't mind me asking, obviously, this guy's not coming over for holiday dinner anytime soon. So my question to you is, do you have respectfully, do you not like 3 or 4 creators and you have them in a bucket, or just for some reason this guy you're honed in on, like, just this particular gentleman?
Well, sir, I have my issues with certain creators for different reasons, though. Like Al don't belong here. Look at that guy; he's a fucking weirdo. Does he belong in
Unbiased Eye? Yeah.
Yeah, come on. He looks like a mannequin. He looks like RoboCop with no helmet. His hairline. He looks like John Murphy.
Did you say RoboCop?
His barber quit the job mid-haircut and walked out.
I'm going to hell. I'm being positive. Mr. Click, see, this is where I don't understand. So you're roasting him a little bit. I get it. I'm sorry. That actually hurt my insides. But then there's somebody in here with the name Uncle Bad Touch. That's it. I have a right to be here. I can't, dude. Where do these people come up with this shit? Like, I like changing diapers, and I'm like trying to do shows. Like, I can't. My insides are hurting right now. I'm not gonna lie. All right, I'm gonna give you another minute or so. Okay, how about this? On a positive note, are there any shows that you like?
I had my fair share for tonight.
Got it. All right, Mike BK, listen. Again, Voltaire always says, I may not agree with what you're saying, but I will fight to the death for your right to say it. It's free speech. Be positive, my friend. We'll talk soon. Ciao. Is that a Rothschild in your hand, or are you just happy to see me?
No, this is something different. Real quick, I want to talk about all this. I might make rude videos on, and I might be mean to some people, but one thing, I'm very grateful. And I just can't believe what Ali had to say. I mean,
well, hold on. I want to know what you're drinking first. There's no way it's a Rothschild this early. What are you pouring tonight? And I could tell you could see by the like the bubbles that is a fresh pour. John sitting down and ready to do some work. What's that? What's that, John?
You can see the bubbles.
Yeah, you can see the bubbles. So that means it's a fresh pour. But what wine is it? What kind of wine are you drinking?
You're freezing. The screen's.
Yeah, John? Why don't you jump in?
Your screen keeps freezing up.
Oh yeah, the same to you. Hold on, is it better now?
Come right back on.
Yeah, jump on. Give me a second, Amir. Let me chat with John.
Yeah,
and then I'll get to Amir. Yeah, jump back on, John.
Okay, I just say I'm just grateful. I mean, I would be grateful if I was, that guy and someone like Ali was helping me out and working with me behind the scenes, and just to, maybe this is another fake war. Maybe this is all orchestrated, and maybe they just you know, he's into this. He's into the drama. All of
Well,
this is so he got
I
FPS
would
to
say,
get on and make the bad video.
yeah.
He create more drama. That's what's going on here.
I would say if it was a fake war or fake drama, Amir, give us a minute, buddy. I would say I would think it's not great use of time for any of the parties. But hey, listen, I've been wrong before, so I don't know. You know.
But
You
this
know
is
what I
his
mean?
recreation. I mean, this is what he wants to do for recreation. You know, he wants to, you know, just have something for everybody to talk about on a Friday night. It's like going to a nightclub. You got all these people here, and they all talking, and everybody's into it.
What do you think about the 6.8% inflation rate for one fucking month?
Oh, gee, you know, well, this is all a part of Agenda 2030. So eventually, what's going to happen, Tom,
Yeah.
is they're going to set up big mega cities across the United States.
Yeah.
And it's going to be like what they're going to do sooner or later. They're going to start with carbon taxes. They're going to hike carbon taxes on automobiles. Gasoline is going to go up because they don't want the average person to own an automobile. And the reason why is they want everybody to move back to the inner city, and they're going to start using public transportation.
Yeah, but isn't that
greener.
but isn't the catalyst behind that more the sharing economy versus maybe kind of shifting people over back to the cities? Isn't that more of a sharing economy behavior or no? Like the millennials?
Well, what you just said, I mean, they're going to force people for economic reasons.
Got it.
To do this. I mean, you just answered your own question. I mean, yeah, it's exactly what you called it, economic reasoning.
Yeah. Sharing economy, economic reasoning is part of it. Yeah.
Economic reasoning. Yeah. So, you know, I may not want to move out in the country. I may live, you know, 30 miles away from the city. Actually, I do. And I may not want to move back to any inner city. I might want to stay out into a rural area. Well, if I don't have an automobile, and it's going to kill the suburbs too. Like everything, you know, just people who live out in the suburbs and they rely on the automobile every day. And so that's what's happening right now. And this is just the very beginning of it. So of course, the inflation, houses right now are like $500,000 for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house.
Not in New Jersey.
It's unreal. It's unreal compared to what it was, you know, 25, 30 years ago.
Let me hold on, John, really quick, only because we have some guys in the waiting room. I'm going to keep you on because I know you have experience. And by the way, be nice to Bay 8th, please. Give me a second. Be nice. Amir, how are you, buddy?
Tommy, what's up, buddy?
How are you, sir? Thank you, I guess, calling in. It's kind of like the old-fashioned radio station. What are you doing today, buddy?
Yeah, I know, man. How you been?
Good. It's like one of those motivational videos. Call me, give me $5,000, and you'll become a trillionaire. You know, like I love it, Amir. So, how did you find the show? What part of my iteration were you involved with early?
Who, me?
About myself. How did you find my show?
Oh, I've been listening to you for a while now, since like back in the day.
Sweet.
I go by Mr. Click, by the way. I talked to you in an email
a
couple days ago.
Oh,
that's
shit,
me, man.
you.
That's me.
How are you, sir?
I'm good. I'm good,
sir. So now you have your moment in the spotlight, 359 watching. You're with the emissary, John Wolf. What say you, Amir?
Hey, man, I don't care about that. I'm just calling to say hi. I feels like I know you forever, though, you know?
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm a fan of the show. Been with you for a while, you know, through the old show. Thank you and John. I mean, this right now. So cool, man. Cool.
I like it. Listen, Amir, it's Mr. Click, Amir. Thank you so much for coming on. I do appreciate it. You know, sometimes it's hard to do this, but when you get a nice face like yourselves, a gentleman, proper, you know, I like that, and it keeps me going. So I really appreciate it. Check out my Giovanni's ring.
I did already.
Oh, you did? What did you think?
I loved it, man. And I put a comment on there. I was like, it was about time you do something about Jersey, you know. We need more about Jersey guys. You know, nobody talks about them, but yeah.
Tell me about it. John Wolf, what did you think of it? I think you watched it already as well. What were your thoughts on the Giovanni ring piece?
Oh, it was pretty good. He was I was unaware of that undercover investigation.
Yeah.
It was similar to the Donnie Brasco story. And
correct.
Yeah. Correct. So I heard of the Donnie Brasco story, but I didn't hear of anything like that going on in New Jersey. So it's pretty interesting.
You know what it was? It was big out in Vegas, and it was obviously big out here. It wasn't as national. Be good, Amir. It wasn't as national, so I thought that was interesting too. Let's have Guy come in. I have no clue who this is. How are you, Guy? You're muted.
How's it going,
You're here-
Tom?
Good. You're here with Mr. Wolf and Armchair NBA. How you doing today?
Greetings, Mr. Wolf.
He
Focus
says
up.
he smiles back.
no,
The
I'm doing-
Kabbalah magician. What's going on, Guy?
Not much. I just wanted to call in and chat a little bit about the whole situation that's going on.
How did you find the show? Just out of curiosity. Guy,
So I
how
followed
did
your
you
show
find-
actually before anybody else's show. I was watching you.
Oh, sweet. New theory.
Can you hear me?
or
I think I'm cutting out. Can you hear me?
No, I hear you perfect. Actually, were you an armchair? Were you a NBA and Buttman guy, or were you New Theory? Can't hear you, Guy. Sorry.
I like the other show.
You're breaking up.
Yeah, I think there's a
John, you
delay.
would like my old
I
New
think there's a
Theory
delay.
content. Go back and then email me Tom New Theory. I have some really good ones.
I don't think I've ever listened to it. I think I'm gonna have to go. What are you talking about on there?
I have people from very different backgrounds, from your boy Al Sharpton, Jordan Belfort, Grant Cardone, Gary Vaynerchuk, a lot of different people from different walks of life. The reason why I got into the mob stuff was the mob stuff did a little better, so I kind of veered off a little bit. But I have some really good stuff that I think you'll appreciate. I also have Rich Valdez. You're going to appreciate this. He's going to come back on here. Rich Valdez is the host of This Is America podcast, which I highly recommend for you. And he's a producer of Life, Liberty, and Live In on Fox News. And we did a really good episode on where does the conservative party go from here after Trump lost. Got no views. I go to paid boost, it gets rejected. I go on Twitter, no views. I go to do paid boost, it gets rejected. Got 29 views.
They don't want that out there. They don't want, and it's part of the agenda out about it, so none of it surprises me.
But John, here's the thing, right? You know me well enough. I'm pretty good with media.
Yes, they got political shows out there with millions of views, so it's not that.
But you need the infrastructure to begin with, right? So here's my point. So I know how to optimize. I know how to the parlance of try to avoiding the labyrinth of like suppression of speech. And it was just, where does a conservative party go from here? And I avoided using the T word, and it's still like the algorithm and the AI is literally there to stop you from viewing. And it's crazy.
Think I know where they're going. That guy from Florida, the governor from Florida.
Yeah.
Maybe him, and they're going to put a woman with him. They're going to put a woman in,
Who do you think? Who do you think they'll put?
But the woman's going to be the one from South Dakota, the governor there. I'm talking about the two governors, Florida and the one from South. I mean, does it make sense? The Florida governor and the South Dakota,
I'm wondering.
They both popular. They're on fire in the Republican Party. It's probably
if they want to. You know who I like, and I don't know, you may agree. I like Tim Scott as a VP. I like a lot of his policies.
But this is the thing. What do you get for a VP? I mean, you got somebody that does media, he's just a VP. He's gonna have his side businesses and. So this is why I don't get into the nitty-gritty of politics, because I know what it's really all about. Of what Nancy Pelosi said or what this one or that one said, because I know in the end, it's just that they know how to jockey people. So they got millions of people throwing money up in the form of taxes, and they just know how to grab it all. They just know how to be on top and it's a popularity contest, Tom. If you win the popularity contest, you're the new boss. So that's all there is to it, So that's why I don't get into the whole nitty gritty. You asked me before, you quoted how much the inflation went this year. Those don't mean anything to me because I know where it's going in the long run. I can see it. I can see it unfolding.
Well, you and I probably seen this coming for a while. And this isn't politics, by the way. Of course, we're talking policy. There is a difference. Politics is the bullshit. The policy says, "Hey, let's do this," and the policies are what's jamming us up.
Well, the policies are pushing us to that point. They
Wait, hold on. I got
everything the
my
United States government's doing.
hold on. I got my rough and rowdy going off. Okay, there we go. Because it's live. Good luck, Jeff Nadeau. Hey, how are you, sir? John, you gotta my boy Joe's here. Can you be a little nicer to him, please? My boy Joe.
Yeah, sure. Don't ask me. I'm good.
All right. John Wolf is going to be nice to you, he said. John Wolf, the Kabbalah magician.
You're John Wolf?
Yeah. No, he said he's going to be nice. He said he's going to be nice.
Son of a gun.
He's going to do a nice tarot card reading for you, for me, the baby. Well, not the baby. We don't need
Oh,
that.
you want to do one?
Real quick.
You want to do one?
Real
Do you
quick.
have a show?
He's got a small channel.
Small channel. He's got 100,000 subs.
No,
No, this is John Wolf with an E. He's got like 1 million, I think.
that's not him. That's him. This is the Kabbalah magician.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna drop a link while you're setting that up. Somebody goes, look
You're
at
not
Joe.
gonna
He's
be able to
already
see
eating.
him if I lay him down.
What's that? Her mom and Jocelyn.
Okay. Who's feeding her? Is that Jocelyn?
That's her mom. Jocelyn has glasses on.
Yeah, right. That's
She's
the-
26. Her mom's my age. Oops. Her English is not the greatest. Just FYI. The mom. Her English is a little. Her English is not the greatest.
John Wolf. John
Okay.
Wolf. John Wolf.
Okay, John Wolf. You got what do you got? He's doing a tarot card reading for Joe.
That's John Wolf. Hello, John. How are you?
What is that card? Uh-oh.
Oh,
It
boy.
says judgment.
What does that mean in English?
It means he was judged.
Oh,
Right.
that I would say is accurate. I think that
you know
would
what
be.
else? You know what else judged means?
Huh?
No, go
Oh,
ahead.
go ahead. You finish your reading.
That's the 3 of swords.
What's that mean?
He's a tough mother.
He got his
effer.
heart broke.
Oh,
Most people who father walks out on, yeah, you start off heartbroken to the world.
And this is the future. And your
Yep.
future looks bright with Tom.
there we go.
The Wheel of Fortune.
Wow.
There we go.
When the wheel of fortune spins, I'm gonna be a winner.
That's it. There we go. And that's a reading. You want to do
John
Benny real
Wolf
quick?
reading.
To me, John.
And
Would
don't
you-
yeah,
me?
do. I know he's got to shuffle in
Who's
and do
that
all
Brooklyn guy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hey, how are you, John? Tell me where to make out the check. I'll
stuff.
send it to you overnight. Okay. Thank you. You
Let's-
want to get yours read?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by the way, it started, but it's not going yet. It just, by the time Jeff gets on, it'll be 11 probably. We got to find a way.
Oh,
No, we got to find a way. I got to find a way to stream it to the TV because it's an older TV. So when I go to use whatever, it doesn't stream right. So we'll figure it out.
Well, we'll watch it on your phone.
Well, that's the thing. Or I think the TV might have internet itself, and it'll take a minute to do, but we could figure it out. All right, let's go. What do you got for Mr. Vinny? Uh-oh.
Afraid.
And be good because he's very sensitive. Just kidding.
I know
He
you're
got a 6 of swords. And I want you to look at that. That means this is his past. He was on a journey. He was on a journey in your past.
Interesting. And then where did that journey lead, or is he
Present.
still journeying? What's that?
It led him right here to the present. The Knight of Swords.
What's that mean?
Okay. Well, it really represents a young man who has a really big mouth.
Thank you.
That's just what it means.
Okay, that's fine.
Hold on, we got more.
And oh wow, this is a bad card. That's your future. That's your future, Benny.
What's that mean? I'm gonna scare him. It's like a bad movie.
Oh, gee, read that. Write that word down. Go home
Hierophant.
and read about it, Benny.
Hierophant.
You got it?
Hold on, I'm looking. Google
Knock
it right
it off,
now.
Benny.
What is
It's
that?
a Pope playing card deck.
I'm
So
gonna do
hold on.
Lavecchie.
Hold on. Stands for.
I don't think it's bad.
Does that mean arranged marriage?
And
Is
it's
that-
funny that Ali was the earlier guest.
Oh, maybe he was. Were you in arranged marriage? No, right?
No.
Is that what it means? Arranged marriage?
No, I
He
know. I
doesn't
wasn't.
want to say.
Read about it.
I'm looking
Your
at
turn,
it.
Tom.
I'm running
You
a show
can't
here.
decipher. You got to be William Shakespeare to figure this one out.
Stands for
That's your
tradition,
past there. Your
culture.
past looks really dark, Tom.
Mine?
Yes.
Really?
It's just, it's a 10 of swords.
How quick?
Wow.
Look, all the swords have landed into them. You see that?
Wow. I didn't know it was that dark,
Not
to
good.
be
That's
honest.
your
I
past.
actually kind of thought I got lucky, to be honest
A
with
lot
you.
of darkness.
Horseman
A lot of
Yeah.
darkness. A lot of that.
Hey. So my past was dark.
Present.
How does that look?
Yeah, he is a social butter.
Yeah, this is from the past.
Okay. So what
A
is
lot
the
of
present?
darkness, a lot of death. This is
What's
the present.
What's the high
Present looks
priestess
better.
mean?
The present, you're the high priestess, this is one of the 22 major accordion cards. So this is pretty good. This is like a good luck thing. Just by
Oh,
pulling it.
wow. The high priest. I'll take it.
The high
I'll take it.
priestess.
I'll take it. Hey,
Good place to be.
I'll take
The
it.
future looks pretty good. Future looks really good.
Let's see. What do we
Like,
got?
you are going to be the ringleader,
The what?
the chariot.
What does that mean? No, he's actually
The
said he's-
chariot.
What does that mean?
Look at a picture. See that? It's like a king or an emperor.
Wow.
When you shuffle the cards, do you take from the
See?
bottom or from the top?
From the top.
From the top? Okay.
You want to
So
see the
you
three
want
bottom?
one-
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Joe said something. I got to pull those three bottom cards
Uh-oh.
because he said it. I mean,
No, I'm
Uh-oh.
just asking because, I know.
Amanda, he's a
How it
he-
works.
I talked to him today finally. Amanda, he is a Kabbalah magician.
A Kabbalah magician. So we got here the 8 of Pentacles, which means if you have a good trade, now this isn't a past, present, future. This is all right now, Joe. If you have any kind of skills or trade, you got to put them to work. Any
Okay.
kind of skill or trade you got to like you.
I think your card business is
Utilize
like a
it.
skill. Your
I have the
curation.
skills to pay the
That's what that one
bills.
Your
means.
curation.
What is there a card about a 50-year-old sneaker collector? Is that in anyone?
That's the second card is the Ace of Swords.
Ooh.
So I
Ooh.
know the sword represents the wind. And the wind is intelligence. So the Ace of Swords.
It's not me.
This is still Joe?
Yeah. Wait,
Wow.
this is the second time. This is the second. This is the 3 cards he said from the bottom. I mean, he said that you pull them from the top or bottom.
Interesting.
I said I pull them from the top. I said I got to pull the 3 bottom.
Wait,
cards.
you said Vinny's a bottom?
Okay, rewind the tape. Rewind the cassette tape. He said, he said, do you pull from the top or do you pull from the
Right.
bottom? I said, I pull from the top. He says, I want it on the bottom. So I pulled the 3 cards from the
So
bottom.
what's the
So
third
I had
one?
to
What's
pull
the-
them because he said it. Just like when
So
I'm shuffling them,
what's
if one
the
comes out, I gotta-
what's the third one? What's the third one? The most important one, right? What's it? One more, right?
All
the
women
second
love
one.
him.
The second time I pulled it. Judgment.
All women love him. Yeah.
Judgment again.
All women love me. I know. Thank you. Thanks
So
for
pretty
judging
much,
me.
I was the loser of the 3. Pretty much, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so who do you
I
have?
wouldn't say you lose.
Father Time's got a great idea. Who do you have for the fight tonight? The Nadu.
Oh yeah. Who do you have, Nadu or Jersey?
Wait, Jeff, Nate, what they got like a pro boxing fight? I haven't been following boxing.
Well, this is a heavyweight matchup between 2 undefeated fighters. They're both 0-0. And
Thank you, Big Bones. He said it's a good card, that first one for me.
Jeff Nadeau is the favorite.
Yeah, I made him 135.
So wait, what did he say?
I have the mid.
I had a text. What was that?
He said it was a good
He
card.
said predict John Wolf predicting Nadeau fight tonight. What's the Nadeau fight? Jeff Nadeau?
Yeah,
He's fighting someone?
It's Jersey Jerry.
What you mean he's fighting him? They got like a real fight?
Yeah, they're fighting for Rough and Rowdy for Barstool.
Oh.
You could buy it on pay-per-view for $30.
Yeah.
No, I'll save my money there.
Oh, you know the result. Look at the cards.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see. We're recording this live. 267 people watching.
Is that a lot of people?
For a live, it's not bad. I had 400 today, but I think it was better timing.
We had 400 with.
So that means good. That
Wait,
Jeff's
we got to
gonna win
pick
or
a
Jeff's gonna
subject
lose?
here.
Wait, is Jeff
Ask
gonna
me
win?
a question. Somebody asked me a question.
No, is Jeff gonna win or is Jeff gonna lose? We need to know before we put our bet.
Well, of course, Jeff's going to lose because all Jeff does is pick losers when he's,
That could be.
doing his little thing.
So that means you're with what's his name? Jersey Jerry is what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't even know who that is, but if he fights the way he picks them,
Interesting.
Sugar Jeff no new.
All right. We're going to be wrapping it up soon. So, John, I really appreciate you coming on. It's your first time. I would like to do an expanded one and talk some of the stuff we were talking about earlier. I think, and if you want my prediction, and I don't know where you land on this.
let's talk about that a little bit more. Let's talk about a little bit more.
Here's where I am right now. I think the labor shortage is the backbone of the issue, and it's going to cripple our country. I don't know. I don't know how, like, there's not like a 5-alarm fire around the labor shortage and them trying to fix it. That's why we have such high inflation. Part of the reason why.
Listen to me, Tom. Wait a minute. You thinking you like brainwashed by these people? You ever go to France?
I have, yes, Lyon and Paris.
They're not breaking their fucking necks over there every day. They
have 50%. No, but
they're working 25 hours a week. They shut the whole country down during the summertime.
Here's why I say that, though, John. Real quick, guys. Here's why I say that is in Italy, in Europe, and Italy and France, 50% employment. They don't care. We have the inverse. We can't find people to fill certain jobs. So business owners like me have to, and I pay fair, overpay, which either reduces profits or I got to pass it through to the client, right? Me, the small guy, I can't raise my prices, but the big guys and gals do raise prices, $6 a gallon gas.
But you're missing my point, Tom.
Okay,
what
go.
I'm saying is life's more than making millions of dollars. Like you can live and breathe like you do in France. You can live, you can drink wine every day and eat good food every day. And you can do it for little or no money.
No, I agree. And you should run very lean.
Because you do it here because we're running this kind of program. But it's being done there. It's being done all over Europe. You've been to Europe, Tom. You see how they live over there.
What Elon Musk
we over here killing ourselves, trying to keep up with what?
All of his personal effects.
No, John. Yeah, John, I agree with you. Where in Europe they
I'm saying the whole system's fucked up.
No, I agree. But in Europe, they say they work to live. In America, we live to work. Now, I will tell you this. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to be fully candid. I do okay. And being honest, I don't kill it. Many things have more money than that, but I do okay. But I don't work as hard as I used to. I work from home. I take the baby for walks in the morning. I change her diaper. If I got to put her to sleep at night and she wakes up, I schedule no mornings before 10 a.m. because we have the young one. So I could do a lot better and work harder. I decide not to work as hard on that stuff and spend more time with my family. So if I found that shift, maybe not have as much money in the bank, but I find my life to be a lot more fulfilling and rewarding.
It's better. It's better when you're home with your family. It really is.
Agreed. I don't have an office anymore. And yeah, it's true, Carmen. It is hard to make a living there. So I agree with you. It's quality over life versus quantity of life. And I think part of the challenges with this country is they do make it all about money, and they make us and force us to go against each other all the time. So we're constantly in divide. And you know about intersectionalism, which happens all the time, where all these people try to get together to find commonality in order to go against other people, which is the opposite of what we're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't know. You think Trump's running again?
No, I think he's he's what, close to 80 years old now, and I just I just don't think he's going to be a show up, and I don't know. I think he accomplished his thing. He wanted to be president. You got to remember something. Everybody thinks this guy's some redneck from Texas. Trump was a Democrat his whole life. He's seen an opportunity.
Who?
He knew the white man had one last one last hope. And he became that person that white people wanted to look up to, and he just took advantage. He's seen the energy coming off of an 8-year run with the black president, and he knew everybody was going to vote the other way. I mean, everybody's seen that.
But John,
so no, the guy, he isn't a redneck from Texas. And what I mean by that, Tom, is
Jim,
where was I going with this?
James Comey. If James Comey didn't release that information about Hillary Clinton 2 weeks before the election, Trump would have never won.
Okay, but you see, that's the minutia that distracts you. So what Donald Trump was doing with Hillary Clinton is the same thing FBS and Ali was doing. They were just doing it.
Are you comparing?
That's what I'm trying to make you understand. Like, it's not. So, like, Tom, you keep saying me, it's going to be hard for me to make a living, this, that, and other. What I'm telling you is, it's not you. It's the whole system fucked up, and you got
I agree.
on a wheel just to keep up and keep your head above water. That's what I mean. The same thing with this. Like, Donald Trump isn't who you think he is. He's lifelong
Democrat. He was a Democrat.
Right?
He was a Democrat in the 80s. He was chummy with the Clintons. And he's an opportunist. And you know who
he's an opportunist. He's seen how he did on. I'm sorry for cutting you off. He's seen how he did on that reality TV show, and he just knew he can do it. I mean,
well, I will tell you this. Oh, can I tell you should I tell you my Donald Trump story real quick? Do you mind, John? Do you have a minute? All right. Sure. Us and the 235 guests. So I applied for The Apprentice, right? And it was at Trump Tower. And I was obsessed with the show. I wanted to be on it in the worst way. So I paid a kid that worked for me. I said, listen, if you sleep, hold on, Judge. I don't mean to. So I said, listen, you wait in line at Trump Tower. And I said, I'll give you $300 to sleep overnight and wait there. If you're in the top 10 on the line, I'll give you $400. So I went out with my buddy, partied all night in the city, had a great time. Get up at 8 in the morning, get in my suit, go to Trump Tower. Lo and behold, his name was Ed. He was number 5 in line. Gave him his $400. We're going on his way. So, of course, it was right before the door opened. I'm fresh, clean, and energized, a little hungover. And I'm in this long table of 10 people. First they go is, oh, what time did you get here? They go around. They got here. Who got there 2 nights before? Who got there a night before? Who got there, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, I got here 10 minutes ago. Meanwhile, Donald Trump is breathing down my neck, just comes close, leans over me. And I said, yeah, I got here 5 minutes ago because I paid a kid $400 to wait for me. He goes, that's one way to do it. And he's like a big hand. And he takes my arm and he pushes it and laughs and almost knocked off the chair. And he goes, that's one way to do it, kiddo. Good job. And he walked away. And that's my Donald Trump story.
What year was that?
There was a year of The Apprentice. I was 09, 010-ish. 09, 010. Okay. That's what happened.
So the thought probably didn't enter his mind yet.
Well, the other thing is I tried for The Apprentice one other time and I actually went down to Rutgers for it because the other guy won, Randall. And I was on the front page of a newspaper because of it. And I didn't call out of work. I just I was in the field and I didn't tell anybody. My boss calls me up and goes, where were you yesterday? Knowing I was on the front page, I'm like, oops, I called out sick. So I don't know. Anyway, I never got on, obviously, but I was a big fan of the show. So
Yeah, but people think he's like the savior of the Anglo-Saxon Goy, and that's just he's not. He really isn't.
well, before that, though, the Republican Party is very fractionated, and I actually feel, and you might disagree.
I think they were strong coming off of Obama being in office for 8 years. I think it was a give me, like they were ready to go in that direction. It's like, okay, we had our
But they needed
black Democrat president for 8 years, and he didn't really deliver on a lot of things, and he didn't deliver on a criminal justice reform. Donald Trump did.
But they needed a unifier, and nobody who was going to do it. Jeb Bush, like I think it was more out of a function of weaker candidates, and I actually think the liberals put him in office. Here's what I mean: he was so outrageous, and everybody kept commenting back. Oh, he said this, and he said that, he said that. Anybody that knows media, it's like there's media attention, and he even said it. He goes, "I spend no money because I'm getting hundreds of millions of dollars to earn media because everybody's talking about me."
Yeah, well, without a doubt, Hillary put him in. I mean, Hillary, no, people didn't want Hillary. Like they were tired of that. They were just
because she felt it was her turn. She felt it was her turn.
Yeah, I think people were just tired of it, and they did. Last thing they wanted to see was Hillary getting there, and it was like it was a great opportunity for him. But look, I want to talk about this Joe Biden guy because. He passed the Comprehensive Civil Asset Forfeiture Act in 1983, and then he did the all the mandatory minimum sentence, and he didn't do anything for criminal justice reform. Donald Trump did, and with the First Step Act.
Yeah.
And what gets me is like he destroyed so many black families because he put men in prison for long terms for small amount of drugs.
Yeah. There were draconian laws, in my opinion.
And they just freaking go and vote for them. Like,
this
is how gullible, but this is my point, Tom. This is how gullible Americans are. And this is why you shouldn't get all too much wrapped up in it. Because you know what? Yeah, it's going to hell, Tom. Yeah. But look at who we got. Look to your left, look to your right, look at the type of people we got here.
The First Step Act caused as many as 5,000 black men to celebrate Christmas with their families who were unjustly or sentenced to longer terms than they should have.
Right. I think there was more. I think like 10,000 got released. I don't know how many were.
No, I'm just saying. I know there was a statistic that I guess the timing of the year, and let's be honest, there's a disproportionate amount of African Americans, males, in the system. So they naturally benefited from the First Step Act, and that's something you don't hear about. I listen. You don't need to like Trump. You don't need to like him, but he did do some policies that were big. On my show earlier today, I talked about. I don't know if did you see my first show today? You must be watching me a lot today, but my first show.
I just seen the one with the cop from New Jersey.
Got it. Check out the earlier one. I did 5 side hustles, 5 top 5 6-figure side hustles, and I talk about urban enterprise zones. That's actually Trump as well. If you have capital gains or you have whatever, you can invest them in an urban enterprise zone, and there's big tax incentives. And in these zones are very attractive for investment. And that's also bringing up impoverished communities. But people don't talk about that. That's a problem,
Yeah.
People don't talk about that. I don't mean to ruin your Friday night about talking.
No, I mean, it is what it is. But
what cheese are you having with that wine that you're serving?
I didn't. You know what? Let me tell you, Tom. I'm laying off the dairy.
Really?
Past few days, I haven't.
Why are you farting too much?
I'm getting fat. I'm putting weight on. Putting more and more weight on, and
I thought the carbs are what kills you.
Well, it does, but so does it.
Oh well, wine.
Not really. If your metabolism slows down, you'll gain weight.
That
on eating fruit if your metabolism's slow enough.
That I know. But you work out a lot though, no?
You're freezing up on me. Freezing up on me.
Okay, but you work out a lot though, no?
Yes. Like a machine. It's almost comical.
It's far too much. No, the reason why I brought that up is I'm lactose intolerant. So if I eat like a lot of cheese, and if you're behind me in a movie theater, then you're gonna probably want to move.
You know, I'm getting a lot of bloating and stuff like that, but I want to lay off of it. It's not good for you anyway. Dairy isn't good for you.
True. Good point.
So what are you doing about your health, Tom?
I was doing well, and I did lose like about 20 pounds, but I gained a little bit back, admittedly. So I might go back on what works best for me is a keto diet. So I'm going to probably stick with that again. I just love pasta and pizza too much. That's part of the problem.
Yeah, pasta. You know, carbs. Like you said, yeah, carbs. You know, if you're eating a lot of them and you're not burning it off, it's it's gonna.
Yeah, I have to
go around your waist and.
Well, that's the one thing I always like look at, and I'm also, again, good thing is spending more time with family, that kind of stuff. But I also have to work out again, and I did gain a little back, so I'm going to get back to it. I think your tarot cards will you got to do a Kaibali like prayer for me or Kaibali action to to get me back in shape. Portion control too. Portion control is true. Well, listen, John, thank you so much for being on. I'm glad we finally got to meet. My email, Tom New Theater. Let's connect. I'd like to chop it up a little bit more at another time. Thanks, John. Have a good night, man.
Okay.
Yeah. Be well, John. Ciao. All right. So there's just one. So thank you everybody for coming on. This was an interesting one. I don't know if you want to say bye, Vin, but this was an interesting one, to say the least. A lot of different stuff going on. Shout out to Ali for coming on. It's not easy to bare your soul. He's not a content creator. You may agree or may disagree with him, but nevertheless, I really appreciate Ali coming on. You want to say bye, Ben?
Everybody, yeah, have a great Friday night. Go Jeff Nadeau.
We're gonna go watch Jeff, and then lastly, check out my interview with Giovanni Rocco, Giovanni's Ring, the book, and then lastly, I did something earlier on a business topic, side hustles. 6-figure side hustles for 2022. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Father Time. We're all pushing for Nadeau. Somebody says, hey, Vinny, David Cameron. David Cameron's a good dude. Thank you, BK Sal. Sorry, Bruce City, man. I'll keep it up live. I don't always keep all the lives up. For Bruce City's my man, I will keep it up. I will get it done. Mark Cuban is deal. Mark Cuban, I've been trying to get him on the podcast forever. And he always says, get back to me in a few months. And then he still says no. So I'm getting trolled here, I guess. Are you guys going to let us know Nadeau wins? Yes. I will. Hey, Teresa, I will. I'm not going to stream it. I'm a Barstool guy. I don't want to steal their IP. I will do that. So yeah, guys. So I really appreciate everybody who came on tonight. Tonight was a little different. I definitely am excited about the fight tonight, and I really appreciate you all. And this one's a wrap. Everybody be well.